The illusion of transparency. Why the Epstein disclosures are failing the pursuit of justice. For years, the names associated with the Jeffrey Epstein case have existed in the shadows of redacted documents and sealed court records. Public outcry for the truth eventually led to legislative action, promising a new era of openness. However, as millions of pages are released into the public domain, we must ask ourselves, is this true transparency? Or is it a calculated data dump designed to bury the truth in plain sight? To achieve genuine accountability for survivors, the United States government must move beyond performative disclosures and provide structured, accessible, unredacted account of the Epstein network. The legislative foundation. The journey toward the release began with clear legal mandate. According to the Epstein Files Transparency Act 4406, introduced in the 119th Congress in 2025, the government was officially tasked with the declassification and public release of records relating to this decades-long investigation. The act was hailed as a victory for the right to know, intended to restore public faith in our justice system. It set the stage for what was supposed to be a final reckoning with the individuals who enabled and participated in the global network of abuse. The problem hidden in plain sight. However, the sheer scale of the release has created a new set of obstacles. As stated by the U.S. Department of Justice in their January 30th, 2026 press release titled Department of Justice releases 3.5 million responsive pages in compliance with the Epstein files. Transparency Act. The Office of Public Affairs has met its legal quota by flooding the public with a massive volume of data. While 3.5 million pages sounds like a success, in practice, it functions as a needle in a haystack. This is a needle in a haystack strategy without proper indexing, searchable databases, or the removal of unnecessary redactions. This volume of information serves to overwhelm researchers and journalists rather than to inform them. Quantity does not equal quality. In this case, it often serves as a distraction from the names and the facts that remain hidden till this day. A global critique of the press, of the process. The failure of this process is not just a domestic concern. It has drawn attention of international human rights advocates. In a February 16th, 2026 report from the United Nations Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights titled Flawed Epstein Files Disclosures Undermine Accountability for Grave Crimes Against Women and Little Girls. UN experts explicitly warn that the incomplete and disorganized disclosures are actively hindering the pursuit of justice. The report argues that by failing to provide a clear, usable record, the government is undermining the accountability needed to address grave crimes against women and children. When international bodies label a transparency initiative as flawed, it is a clear signal that the current strategy is failing the very victims it was meant to serve. Transparency is more than just a legal checkbox. It is a moral obligation to the survivors who have waited decades for the truth. The Epstein Files Transparency Act provided the opportunity, and the Department of Justice provided the data. But as the United Nations has pointed out, the current execution is deeply flawed. We must demand that transparency results in actual accountability, not just a mountain of paperwork. Justice is not found in a number of pages released, but in the truth that those pages finally reveal. Thank you.